when it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, passing your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We install doubt in you and your yes men. And if the game had veins, we'll insert upheaval the ground. Cause the adrenaline we blend with the sound is our thing. Relieving the kings of all crowns. Are you ready? Are you set? Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter, right? Turn it up, y'all, beat the flow. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind?
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Check 24, check 24. Safe.
They run it with a rookie from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. Give him 3 there on the first play.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest. Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on a mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top is missing, the opposition in. All that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now the first-round pick from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Like Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams came to the Raiders in March. Came up the coast from L.A. where he caught 41 balls last year with the Chargers. His best year was 2016 when the Chargers were still in San Diego. Over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, and the Raiders really have high hopes for this 27-year-old receiver. They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7. At the 48-yard line.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he'll get it down here to the 43. And he's going to be stopped just short of the 1st down marker at the Vikings' 43-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Kill. Block 54. Block 54. Crunch time, defense.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 21.
Watch the screen. Watch the safety creep.
Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Cousins gives way to Cook. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Cousins to his tight end Rudolph for a Viking 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. No, what's the distance? Check 9, check 9.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And this is Cook with a grab. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. On 1st and 10, Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. The end result, 21 yards.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they Needed to account for him on each and every play.
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a entire breakdown on what the coverage was. Everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. And Marquell Lee with a stop defensively.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now a give running right. It's Cook. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Dan Bailey on for the field goal, a 51-yard attempt.
And this one is right down the middle. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
What are you doing?
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 31, Carr. He'll rifle this one deep right. And that's caught at the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Tyrell Williams. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. On second down, Cousins again. Lets it go for Nelson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Clemson, Trayvon Mullen. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Check. Lucky. SOS.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Watch the run. 93. 54, right there.
From the gun, it's Carr. They'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
This is taken at the 15. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Check 37. Check. Hey, Ringo 48.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Max Crosby. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Yellow. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
They just do get the playoff. Now Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a fourth down. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is taken around the 12. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you...
And got his man, complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Tyrell Williams, 85 yards. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. They'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
First down. Here's Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
So that'll back him up 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Throwing is Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. Buster Skrine is able to bring him down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Hey, orbit.
Cousins now from the 50. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 38-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
All day, defense, all day. First. Mike.
Throwing, Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Cousins now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10.
Kill. Hey, Clipper. Turn it up. Watch the ship.
Cousins to throw it. They're hauling it in, Nelson. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Let's go, defense. Leave it. Bring up 48. Here we go. Bring the energy.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
And into the red zone now. And Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points, so you know that all the time during the week they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes, make sure they put points on the board and come out of it with that.
In your face.
Cousins on first down. And it's caught. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Two. Hey, we're good. Mike, 55, right there in the middle. Too long,
Now Cousins. And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. Kyle Rudolph. In the final seconds of the first half, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point up and good by Bailey, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game.
14, Vikings 10.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up. And we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
You. Shift. Watch the shift. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Hey, switch gears.
Watch attention. Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, receiver.
Here's Cousins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They work again from the 38 on second and 10.
All day, baby, all day. Check 3.
Hey, 382, left 50.
Check 13. Check.
Where's the hot?
Now a run with Cook. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Jahan, 180. Leave it, bring up 48.
Rush in. Shift.
Cousins from the gun on third. Open man is Thielen is complete. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. So here's a first and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line. Now the Purdue man. This is Akeem Hunt. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he gets it down to the 32. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
A first down throw for Cousins. And the Raiders have got him. Max Crosby able to record his 5th sack of the season.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And with a play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. It's just their first, so 2... remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Hey, team 6, team 6.
I'm here all day. 44, Mike, 44. Time to go, night.
To throw is Cousins. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
And leads to third down.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Instead of a 3rd and 4, now they have to manage a 3rd and 9 after the delay of game. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 12-yard line.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll get this out wide. It's Nelson with it. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. J.J. Nelson, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. Barely got the extra point, and it's now 17-14. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now Carr. And he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The last time we saw Jason Witten on a football field instead of the broadcasting booth was, of course, 2 years ago, 2017. He had 63 catches, 560 yards, 5 touchdowns. It was his 11th Pro Bowl that season for a man who came into the league back in 2003. Carr now on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
What now? What inning?
Watch the out, watch the out. Hey, check 24, watch 24. No.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Carr now on first down. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
2nd and 1 at the Vikings 19-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight ones. On 2nd and a yard, Carr, and this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, Richard. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence. And
that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr, and the Raiders have retaken the lead. Carlson on for the PAT.
Partner, remember that old film of Peyton Manning going through the route tree with his great receivers in Indianapolis? I think we're seeing the results of the same type of work here today. These guys know each other so well, they don't even have to call the play. They can just look each other and know the route that's going to be run, and usually the connection is perfect.
Let's go.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back.
And nothing but daylight ahead. The 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. Akeem Hunt, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Boy, tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's airing it out for Williams, and that's caught inside the 35. A big play that time for the Raiders, 45 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
Down, 180.
Now on 2nd and 13. Carr, they'll find his tight end. That's Waller. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. That's a staple in this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Hey, 734. 52.
Right back to him on 1st down. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Carr. This will be caught just inside the 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Make it 4 touchdown passes now for Derek Carr. And now they have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Brandon, is there any way you and I can join this quarterback in the zone he's in? He's absolutely feeling it. Touchdown after touchdown, throwing the ball.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
The Vikings take over 1st their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Gun.
58's the mic. 58's the mic. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here we go.
Cousins. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The big man, P.J. Hall, had the path to the QB there.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Buster Screen.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. He was brought down by Eric Wilson.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Once again, it's Jacobs, and he will force his way forward for a yard or 2, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. That's on the Raiders' big money man, the free agent tackle Trent Brown. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
It's a loss of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And I tell you, this was a fun one, just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed one coach was a decided favorite? What do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way.